money na water. When people talk about luxury, they usually mention one car, maybe two. But for Rick Ross, that conversation sounds completely different, because Rick Ross doesn't just own cars, he owns a lifestyle built on them. And not just a few. We're talking about a collection that has grown to nearly 200 cars.
I was told you have 200 cars.
Yeah.
Yes, 200. But here is what makes it even more interesting. It's not just about having many cars, it's about the pattern behind them. Rick Ross is known for owning everything from classic 1950s Chevrolets to modern luxury machines like Rolls-Royce, Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Maybach. And while most collectors chase new trends, Rick Ross does something different. He repeats what he loves. The same color, the same style, the same feeling, over and over again. At first, it might look like excess, but when you look closely, it tells a deeper story. Because this collection is not random, it's intentional. Rick Ross grew up around Southern car culture, where cars were more than transportation. They were identity, they were pride, they were status. And you can still see that influence today. His garage is not just filled with modern supercars, it also holds classic American cars that carry history, cars that remind him where he came from. And that's the balance, past and present, old school and new school, culture and success, all in one place. And then comes the modern side, the Rolls-Royce, the Ferraris, the Lamborghinis. These are not just luxury cars, they represent where he is now, global success, power, influence. But here is where it gets even deeper. Rick Ross doesn't just buy different cars, he buys the same car multiple times. Same model, same color, same energy. Why? Because for him, it's not about variety, it's about identity. When you see one of his cars, you already know it's his. That consistency turns his collection into something else. Not just a garage, but a personal archive, a reflection of taste, a signature, a statement. And this is what separates true collectors from people who just spend money. Because real collectors don't chase everything, they build meaning. Every car tells a story. Every choice reflects a mindset. And in Rick Ross's case, that mindset is very clear. Consistency, confidence, and control. Even the location of his cars adds to the story. Many of them are kept at his massive estate known as the Promised Land in Georgia, one of the largest private homes in the United States. A place big enough to hold not just cars, but a legacy. And when you see rows of cars lined up, from vintage classics to modern beasts, you start to understand something important. This is not just about wealth, it's about expression. Because at that level, money is no longer the main message, identity is. And Rick Ross uses cars to tell his story without saying a word. That's why his collection stands out. Not because it's big, but because it's consistent. Because when the same taste shows up across different eras, it becomes something powerful. It becomes timeless. And that's the real lesson here. Luxury is not just about having more. It's about knowing exactly what you like and owning it fully. Because in the end, you can never have too many cars if every single one represents you. Subscribe to Time to Gist for more global lifestyle stories, celebrity collections, and powerful success insights.